not have to use somebody else's money.
Yeah, I think we got it.
All right.
Wait till you guys trickle in here. No, I'm not Brian. This is Buff. If you guys don't know me, I have my channel, Buff's Garage. Talking to myself in my pocket now.
I'm coming that way.
But I hit up Brian on the old YouTubes and met up with him and asked him if he'd teach me how to do auto body correctly, because I kind of had a disaster. The only thing I painted was the 18 van with tractor paint, and then followed that up with the Travelall with tractor paint primer, and then tried to use regular car paint over top. And for some reason, I had a lot of problems with that one. And he convinced me that we can repaint Falconstein basically as quickly and inexpensively as tractor paint, but with a much better result. So we're live right now in his shop. Falconstein's been here about a day and a half, and we've got to strip down, and yeah, we're just getting there. So we thought we'd go live, let you guys see what's going on in our world, and let you interact in the comments and chat.
Noise in the background. Da, 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 da. I'll just jump it, bunny hop it.
Oh, there you get
Sort of. Oh, that thing,
big 20-inch rims on the back there.
yeah. Designed for the welding shop. Over whatever.
Constantly running over cables and
The backer end though. Hit the beeper. It's like,
put her in reverse, Terry.
man, she's heavy. Thing's made for welding plate and ships together, and we're just gonna turn it down and stitch Falconstein back up.
It's basically an ocean-going vessel.
It is for sure.
It's been in water up to the doors for sure. I probably should have drained the dips after that.
Oh, yeah.
It was only for a second, but
All right, so we got a couple challenges. Not big ones. The other machine is variable voltage. This one runs on 220 only. But I have a long extension cord, so we're good there.
I noticed the other one did really good on the 120.
Yeah. They've got it figured out. I mean, they weld great. And like everything switches over really good, but it takes these new style contactor tips.
Oh.
And I have a bunch of old style stuff, but no nothing new for that machine. So I might have to have you hold that thing. I'm just going to grip on yin yang. Pick it up in there. There.
There's oxygen bottles out on our ambulance. The top guys.
Right.
And I said, you know, they make a thing. Put the bottle on, you wheel it to the ambulance, tip it back. It loads it in, and you can just put it in. And
Go right on in
well, that's
there.
just expensive. And I said, how much is my back worth?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Employers.
Yep.
Oh, you'll be fine. Struggle with it a while.
Exactly.
I don't know.
What day is today? Saturday?
Yes.
Okay. Well, people are awake.
Yeah.
They
For
just
sure.
gotta get to their phones.
Yeah. I mean, my channel's who knows what this will be.
Mhm.
It'll be interesting because I haven't live streamed since I had 1,000 subscribers.
Did you get watch hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, guys. We're out here in the shop, just having a good time. Got Falconstein behind me. Buff is over here working.
Yeah, working.
Yeah. That YouTube kind of work.
I will actually get back to work. So for those that are watching live or even watching this later, we have gone through and we were going to basically just try to scratch off the paint and see what we had and then primer and paint it. Well, the whole cobbled together car thing definitely came through because now we're almost bare metal on most of the car. We've had to rebuild places that were just Bondo. He completely rebuilt that rear back there because it was smashed in and crushed. He's working on the other side right now. And we got a little bit on the roof, a little bit on the hood that we got to do, but we're getting real close. We quit screwing around with YouTube.
Stop trying to YouTube and just get into doing body work and we'd be okay. So we got you guys set off in the corner, and we're gonna just continue to work and check on this. Drop a comment, like go out and check Buff's channel out and look up Falconstein on his channel and check this thing out. I mean, I got interested in this watching Dalton at Pole Barn Garage, and Buff picked this thing up out of the middle of nowhere, packed full of wrap stuff, and it's a Falcon something. Looks like a Ranchero, but it's not.
That's what the title says.
Mounted up on an International Scout chassis that's been modified to make it work.
Mostly works.
I like the oddity of it so much that I was on iSpider Bryce's live thing that he does, and Buff showed up and saw my name and said, "Hey, my Falconstein needs some love."
I just didn't want to try to paint it myself. It would have been fine with tractor paint, but I don't know. This thing keeps pulling me out of situations that I would have never believed it would have done. When it drove to New Mexico and back, I would have never thought it would have done that without a major breakdown. It pulled that step-side truck out of the mud like it was nothing. And it just keeps getting better. There's a few little things that pop up here and there. It's all easily fixable along the way. But, you guys said you wanted to see it painted. Maybe like 2 of you wanted to leave it patina, but it needed help. And we've been finding along the way how bad the bodywork really is. They did I don't want to say a butch job, but definitely a thrown together job of, hey, let's just pack that full of mud, which has survived. We've removed some of it, but the mud has survived all these years from when it was built to sitting out in the field. It survived. So people say body filler doesn't last. Well, apparently if you put enough of it in there, it does.
Yeah. Body filler doesn't rust.
It doesn't rust.
That's one thing, just the metal around it. And that's kind of where we're at here. That stuff is sat there with leaves and different stuff packed in around it and held moisture. And the moisture just kind of rotted the metal that was holding the filler in. So I'm going in and just taking some new sheet metal and fabricating some really quick panels, throwing them in so we've got a good structure to build off of with short strand fiberglass and those things. I mean, whoever did the last body job on it, I'm sure it was nice when it was done. I call it like used car kind of work because it is.
This whole thing
it's a little rough.
It's remarkable how they engineered it. So I'm planning on taking it on power tour. If you happen to be along the route somewhere and you see me, stop, take a look, pop the hood. You can see how they hacked 3 cars in the Scout, so 4 vehicles into this chassis. I honestly, I'm amazed how well it works. Honestly, might start doing this at my shop live stream. Yeah,
Yeah, hey, do it.
you'll get the views and you'll get the hours.
Right. We're just, I told Buff, I was like, hey, what if we just live stream for a while? I mean, we've been obviously recording video because that's the whole crux of this whole thing is it's got to condense down and make a video. And we want to do a full start to finish, not a 3-part series or anything like that. We want to get this done. And like, they talk about work, and when we talk about work, this is it. I mean, we've been out here until 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:30 in the morning, and
That wasn't in the brochure, by the way.
this morning I was out here at about 7:15, 7:20.
I overslept because of the storm. We'll say that.
There was a big storm last night. I could spend my time this morning picking up limbs and stuff around because it broke some stuff. I heard it when it came in. Pretty crazy that you only sleep that long, but the storm fit right in there. And hey, good sleep and everything. Woody, good to see you, man.
Hey, Woody's here.
Yeah, we're off in the middle of it. I ran out of MIG wire for my small MIG welder, so we've got to switching over to the big industrial model, and hopefully it'll weld some paper thin stuff with us just barely tacking, you know, how body work is. It's never pretty when you're welding on a car body. It's always just a whole bunch of tack welds put in there. Yeah, Bucks had the hood up because we had to rebuild one of these hinges on it to get it where it's functional again.
Oh yeah, we're there. We can put it down.
And we're just
it didn't want to work last night, so I better try to work today.
I bet so.
Oh yeah, it's not bending now because it's nope, there it is.
Yeah, only when you go up.
Binds just a bit.
Yeah. There you go. Oh, man, got it. It's pulled it back because it's over here now.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll get that figured out in the wash there. Yeah, the whole thing's kind of this side a little bit. Yeah,
You know, maybe at some point I'll spring for new hinges.
you know, just make it all a lift off.
Yeah, that's too heavy.
it's
I do
awkward
fiberglass. Yeah,
where it's at, right?
I'm not tall enough. I'm short, and I gotta kind of lift over my head.
Yeah. So set up on the cold side. Hissing.
Oh, waiting for the
Yeah. Yeah, this one's not as cool as the other one where it's just like it has this auto stuff going on. This is a big like this old school heavy transformer machine where that other one is inverter style.
one to dim the lights pretty good, right?
Maybe if it and the air compressor both are running at the same time. We do. It's got a 250 amp circuit out here. It's got like a, I don't know, 12-foot long welding lead, so it takes forever to go in that slow speed. I feel it though. There we are. Yeah, last time I live streamed on my channel, I had a bunch of students that, or former students that were working at the Kenworth truck shop, and they were the night shift, and they're on my live. It's like, guys, get your ass back to work. What are you doing? The boss man hurt you. Okay, what do you say? Mm-hmm. Oh, good thing we got those flat discs. She is. Welds a little hotter.
Hey, there's Bryce.
Bryce is there?
He's on. I popped mine on live to draw more
Okay.
viewers over to yours. Hey guys, as you can see, I am very deep into Falconstein right now. I'll try to catch up on the chat for a minute, but I'm actually trying to promote Hogshooter Hotrods, his YouTube channel, because he's hosted us this weekend and it's helping. Well, no, he's doing everything he can to bring Falconstein to that next level, and I couldn't do it without him, so I'm trying to give him some support. I come on live right now. Yes, doing buff stuff. Wore that shirt yesterday, actually. And you guys want to just watch us live? He's got his laptop set up and running the internet, and you can switch over to his channel and just watch us work throughout the day. We've got Falconstein moving along here. Got a coat of many colors right now, but we're on the home stretch. He's finishing up the rear fender over there. I don't know if you guys noticed in the past videos, but it's had a little rot right here, and then this whole thing was smashed up and pushed up into the body there. He rebuilt all of this with metal. This is just, to make it smooth and shiny. And, well, we've come a long way.
Yeah.
Gregory, you have no idea. So, you guys have been giving me all the different paint colors you want to see this thing. No, I'm not going to rhino line this truck. It's going to be way too straight, way too smooth to do anything horrible. So, base clef, it's not as much. So, this is just one thin line right here, and it's metal underneath. Here's the thing. I screwed up so bad on the travel wall, the other international, that I decided I needed help. And Brian's actually an instructor at Tulsa Tech for auto body. So he kind of knows what he's doing. He's been doing it his whole life. And who better to not only help but also teach me how to do it than an actual instructor? And I got to tell you, I've learned a lot. We call them knowledge nuggets. He's taught me a lot of this stuff. So I'm super stoked about how this is going. Truly humbled by how much sanding there is, but it's a lot easier with tools. I got to invest in tools if I'm going to do this again, but not nearly as mind-numbing as all the other sanding I've done. And there's a result. Like this thing has smoothed out. I can't even tell you. The body wasn't that bad, but it was hacked together in some spots. So it's well, you're going to see in the video just how creative these guys got to put this thing on the road.
Definitely. A lot of creativity involved. I like the format that the old overhauling show did, where they brought stuff in and they did it so quickly. But they had a crew of 35 to 40 people, and I've got Buff.
Yeah, and I'm like half a person. So
he's done a lot, and I feel like he's learned a whole lot in just a few days. So that's how easy it is. You just got to find somebody that can help you along. You know, it doesn't have to be a career paint and body person, but I was willing to do this with Buck and saw the car on his channel and just kind of thought, man, you know, if I had all those different cars laying around, that's something I might have wanted to build too.
I'm pretty sure they probably had some drinks and said, you know, I could do this and that. And
yeah.
like, who says I'm going to put a Falcon wagon and Ranchero body on a Scout?
Yeah.
Seafoam green. I mean, it's got some of that color already with the different colored hardware there. But honestly, there's not as much of this as you think. It's literally just some spots here and there. But
yeah.
I mean, I'll show you guys the hood. But again, if you go over to Hogshooter Hotrods, he's got his live up and is probably going to have it up for a bit. So you can watch all of it as we progress.
Right. We just got a laptop going. Don't really have a 360 view where you can see every little thing, but we could potentially roll stuff around a little bit, make it where it's, you know, a little more visible for you. We're just going to keep thrashing. That's what it takes. I've got to finish this rear quarter on this side before I eat lunch. And we haven't talked about the tailgate, but we're going to have a conversation about a tailgate.
Addressing the tailgate right now.
Yeah.
The tailgate is a completely homemade thing, which you're going to see on the video when it's done. This was one of those where if they went, you know, this car is like 3 different cars, 4 different cars, however you want to look at it. He said, but we got to make a tailgate. And the dude said, literally, hold my beer. And they built this thing. Well, I'm going to say it for the video. You guys will see it. But
yeah,
we're just not focused on the tailgate. We're focused on the rest of it.
There's enough other stuff to worry about right now.
So I don't plan on staying live on here, but if you guys want to support Hogshooter Hotrods, I'd truly appreciate it. He's live right now on his channel. Let me see if I can drop that link. Stand by. All right.
Well, that's nice. I missed.
I'm back. I've never tried to drop a link in my own chat. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, I have it up on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Go click his link. I did copy the link. And, I don't know how to share it. Ah. All right, I'm going to answer some of these questions. Let's see. Rolling. Hello, fully leaded. Casey Harper. Am I going to shoot color? Yes, we are going to shoot color. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. Here, Gregory, yes, Falconstein look amazing. Casey, Furred Blue was kind of what it was before. We're gonna. This vehicle was multiple colors underneath the paint. That's how you know it was different cars. But then it's also gone through a couple of reshoots in its life, so we're gonna get creative.
Yeah, creative.
Let's see. This messing. Yep. Am I going to install windows in the back of the cab? Well, there is no back of the cab at all. And I've thought of a few options. If this topper is still here, like next month, I might come try to steal it.
Yeah, Bryce, I appreciate you
Putting
being here, man. Falconstein wouldn't be in my shop if it wasn't for your garage trivia show.
What's the
What?
you call it orbital block
Yeah.
sander?
Yeah, it's just an orbital air file.
Orbital air file. There you go. And I do like it.
Made by Hutchins. I don't think Harbor Freight has copied one yet.
Truett Frickman. Hello. Halon says Becca going to show and how to fix stuff. This is probably outside of her wheelhouse. I'm sure she could sand, but she doesn't want to. Truett, I agree. I've been thinking about that. Not that I wouldn't do a back wall, but for whatever reason, the back wall is missing off this truck for a reason. I'm still convinced it was some kind of wagon that they turned into a Ranchero. The title says it's a Ford Falcon, not a Ford Ranchero. So, regardless, it is what it is. Whoa! That was a nice comment. I received my hat last week. Love the packaging. Best quality hat I have received from YouTubers. Well, thank you. I try to recycle like boxes and things like that, but the actual merch package, I did get my own. It's not that expensive compared to going and buying just a regular mailer envelope. And I thought it was just a little bit more fun. And yeah, if you get you some merch at bucksgarage.com, I might even throw something in there. I had a lucky customer get a brand new no-filter jump pack in his order. And he said he took it out and used it right away to get his dead battery on his old truck fired right up and going. So you never know. I might throw something in the box. I'll probably at least give you a sticker or something. I watch for the packages because I do randomly leave messages on the packages, and it's just thank you for supporting Bucks Garage. That's what that's all about. So if you want to see the other angle and watch throughout the day, head over to Hogshooter Hotrods, and there is a link in my post and on Facebook, and you should just go watch him, support him because he's supporting me and this whole endeavor. I couldn't do it without you guys, and he's looking to retire, and I don't think it'd be a bad idea to have another auto body and paint guy on YouTube. So he's got his channel. Let's see if we can promote it and give him a few more watchers.
There you go. Help it grow. All right. We're going to make noise over here for
Yeah,
a
make
minute.
all the noises.
It's getting ready to get serious.
Okay, so I'm looking peak.
I just wanted to be able to give Bryce like the cred for hosting his trivia show. I think I moved my grinder. I moved
Let
everything.
me see how bad it is.
Yeah. You got the
This
box.
is all metal. So where you guys saw the filler on the other side, this is all metal. And that's what we did on the other side. So she's not a Bondo queen anymore. I think it's looking pretty good. We'll get more. I'll get back to doing what I need to be doing, getting this file and sanding done. And oh, Delbert. So I'm on Pole Barn, started watching you. Great content. Oh yeah, don't get too hung up on the old stuff, Delbert. I appreciate every view, and I want you to go see the roots of where I came from, because it was sloppy, it was messy, it was disorganized, whatever words you want to use. But I've left it all up. I've bared my soul in that respect. You go watch all the old stuff and come back because there's going to be more and more new stuff. So
There you go.
I encourage you to watch it, but it may not be the same quality as we are now. I've definitely learned a lot in doing YouTube for the last couple of years, and then of course hanging out with high quality YouTubers like Dalton. And yeah, anyway. Cowboy says Falconstein becomes Metalstein.
Metalstein.
Cowboy finished the golf cart. Yeah, I like the golf cart video. YouTube did not. It did not get the views. And people want to see cars, not golf carts. Alan from the UK. Awesome. Pedalbox,
cool.
I know he's over that way too. You know, I got interviewed by Pedalbox. I don't think he ever put the video up. But you go check out his channel. He's a cool dude. And Pedalbox needs to bring me some biscuits next time he comes over. And for us, it's like a cookie, but they're amazing. Oh, Mustang guy, I'm not doing the welding this time. That's why it looks to me.
Oh.
Yeah, sure. That's the thing is he works for Tulsa Tech, and he has, you know, the regular round of students, all different ages, all different backgrounds, and he's spent his whole career teaching people. And I just lucked out that not only is he really good at body work, but our personalities seem to get along, and he is good at dropping the right information at the right time. Because I will just hack my way through it, which is fine until it's not, and that's where he course corrects. That's what makes a good instructor. So I hope he does more of that. We're talking about maybe an auto body and paint instructional series with, you know, a more everyday man kind of twist. And if that gets happen, if that gets operational, it's going to be excellent content. So you guys stay tuned for that. Oh, look, Pedalbox says my interview is in edit. Awesome.
Oh, there you go.
Colin from Western Australia says hello.
Why?
We got
Hello, Western.
UK in the house. We got Western Australia.
Truly around the world.
Oh, Pedalbox, you don't have to do that, but the ones you had at Tucson were amazing, and you just don't get quality like that around here.
All right.
Okay, you're making loud noises, so be prepared.
Yeah. Slice and dice.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna get off here. If you want to keep watching, head over to Hogshooter Hotrods. Check out his live, and I'll see you soon.
Hey guys, glad that you all are coming in and watching the live. It's really loud, so we're just continuing to have some nice All right, let's get the big grinder out. That is
Manchester, England. Hey, Truett, Mustang guy. Thanks for jumping over here. Pedal box. I'm excited. He says he's going to send me some biscuits.
some biscuits.
Some UK. Not our kind of biscuit.
Right,
Our kind of
right.
biscuit.
So
They are delish.
it's not crumpets though, right?
No. No, it is a very
cookie.
flavorful cookie
All right,
that they don't call cookie.
right.
I remember sitting with Freiberger,
Yeah.
and he comes up with these biscuits, and then so just me and Freiberger just sitting there eating, biscuits at the bar. Thanks, Nutman guy. Look, it's a part of Falconstein. That's all. That's special.
Yeah. You
When you
guys head
don't
over to
have
Buff's
it.
Garage and buy yourself a shirt or a hat, and you could get a piece of Falconstein
Oh, so I
in
have
your
to hang on to
package.
that? Do I have to hang on to this for you guys?
Yeah, yeah. We're throwing the dust away because it's probably going to cause cancer, but the pieces out of it, yeah, they're
Right.
yours. You just got to go over and grab some merch.
Guess we'll do this. I'll put it in somebody's package. I was going to throw it away, but. Mustang guy's got a golf ball size hunk of Bondo from a 65. Nice. When I did the travel all, I still kept the chunk. It's basically about the size of a football, and it was just all Bondo.
Oh,
I kept the chunk. Every time I sell one of these cars, people are like, well, don't you want to keep that? I'm like, no, it goes with the car.
Yeah.
But I kept that Bondo.
All right, there's. Yep.
Oh, we burnt them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nick. Burn.
Nick, I'm not as worried about. In fact, let me see what colors those are.
Orange.
Yeah, I'm going to look in the taillight
Yeah.
because that goes to
Yeah.
turn signals don't work, but the brakes and the
So
parking lights work.
I think green is like a turn signal or a
I think it's
backup light.
I have a green one here.
Okay. And it's black and orange. They're actually together well, they are now. I don't think they started out together.
Okay, so I've got all three of them.
Okay. Let me get some tape and I'll just like roll some tape around those spots. Maybe we can
The
figure
yellow
out how
one's
to.
not hooked up because you don't even have the yellow one.
Orange, green, and black.
Yeah, I see them. I just got to get them.
Yeah. Let me grab some tape right quick and we'll. Huh?
What's the other air can?
Yeah.
Weird spot.
Right. I thought putting it back there would make it easier to find.
Well, I did find it, so I guess
You
that's
did.
true. Oh yeah, those all three are hooked up to something.
Oh yeah. I figured they were
Dang it.
of importance back there.
Could have been the ones that aren't hooked up, like the turn signals or the backup lights.
Yeah. Yeah, we got it. We'll just throw a little tape on them, and then if you could grab them and like get them up a little higher.
Oh yeah, I
in
can do
there.
that.
I mean, when I get down a little bit lower, I'll have enough access. I can probably figure out a way to
What a
get them.
weird spot to put them in.
I need some of that armor shield metal conduit. Oh, dude, I didn't have them quite ready.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Pulling leaves out when I grab wires.
Sure. That one's.
Got a little tickle there.
Yeah. Be all right. It'll just like blow fuses for the rest of your life.
Well, that's the funny thing. The Ranchero Falcon part
Yeah.
doesn't have fuses anymore.
Oh, okay.
I'm slowly eliminating that wiring because not only is it really old, but it's inconsistent and it all ran through the light switch.
Oh yeah,
And the light switch wasn't reliable.
Right.
So I went to Amazon and found the cheapest light switch I could find
Yeah.
and installed that. They'll see that in the video. And they'll see that the light switch has a parking light prong and a dash light prong and then a headlight prong. Headlight one works every time. The dash light and the parking light seem to take turns, but the dash light was more reliable. So the parking lights are hooked to the dash light because that dash doesn't have lights. I tried to make them work. I ended up getting one of them to work, but what are you looking at? The gauges don't work.
Right. Yeah, if you can't see the gauges,
It's kind of
nothing's ever wrong.
So they do have a lot of aftermarket 60 Ford Falcon dashes you can put in and fit any engine, any combination, which would be
Yeah.
perfect for this, but they're like $400.
Yeah, that's
So I
not
might just
Falconstein
be
style.
making my own.
Okay.
But I'm cutting all the wiring out because I put in my own fuse box.
Yeah,
That'll eliminate some of this along the way. Are you
Right.
ready?
I'm ready
Pull 'em?
now. Yeah, there's like a lot of stuff. No wonder this thing kept catching on fire.
Yeah, look at all the leaves.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a pile down here at my feet.
Is that out of the way, you think?
I think so. Like I said, I'm going to do this next section, and it's only going to be about 6 or 8 inches long, maybe 10. And then I'm going to cut, I guess, a big ass chunk out of this thing because rust. I was just tired of worrying about it.
Yeah.
All right, back to grinding. A little filler out so we don't
My buddy Truett sent you $10 for putting up with me.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
You take good care of me.
I appreciate that. That's cool.
Thanks, Truett.
box.
all the leaves out of my truck.
Yeah. All right. I just install weld here and see if we can make enough contact to burn something. Bondo on fire. Mm-hmm.
Dang it, Brian, you got me seeing pinholes now.
Oh no.
Like I can actually see them, and I couldn't do that before. You'd think it's obvious, but when you're not used to seeing it.
Right. Okay. Get out the baby tap tap.
Hey, I read your comment.
You talking to me?
Yes.
Yeah, you're not bad to put up
I'm
with.
not that good. I'd fall asleep and then wake up on time. Because you piped in this beautiful storm to help me sleep.
I'm telling you, man, it's woo. Land a house on a witch weather. But
If the
you're used
house
to it.
had tried to lift off, I would have never known.
Right.
It was just calming and relaxing.
Sure.
Wow, that dent really did come out.
A lot. Yeah.
Good boy.
I'll just push on this with. I got a little piece of metal. I thought I might restore a little structural integrity to the wheelhouse
You can do
back
what you
here.
did the other side. That other side went from being nothing to
Yeah, stout.
bang on it.
Yeah. This will be that way. Just gotta find enough solid stuff to be able to do it.
What was on this one? 30 some grit?
Yeah, 36.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's coarse.
Wait this up a little.
All right, since I'm welding, I am going to put on a welding hood. Get me another little piece of metal here. Think about scabbing. Beautiful. So if you guys watch my channel, this is metal left over from fixing the rust on the old OBS truck. It's the edges off of LMC patch panels, and there's enough there to basically rebuild these quarters. Yeah.
We recycle.
Recycle. I mean, the original form of it here. Oh. Get in there, little fella. Little vent hole there.
That's so it goes faster.
Yeah.
So far, having vent holes has not made this any faster.
Wow, that's just sticking a whole pile of leaves right there. I don't want to cut that piece of metal out that's like holding them in, because I'm afraid this quarter will flop all over the place. It's going to be okay though. Just got to round up my roll of tape so I can make me a little template to put on this metal.
The right tire.
Perfect. It's good to know where things are.
Like just looking right at it.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Should we paint it pea green, metallic?
Somebody said pink. I just don't think Falconstein's a pink color.
Oh yeah. Maybe not. Maybe not. You know, every day is a school day, so here's how I've been doing my patch panels. Is I'm cutting out the metal first. I'm just throwing tape right over the top of where I've cut this out. And then I'm going to use the grinder and just lightly grind over the tape at the metal edge. And it makes a perfect cut. Well, perfectly imperfect cut. It's easier than trying to figure out or get a piece of cardboard and all that mess. This is pretty fast.
Then I have my E-coated metal right here. Any metal would work, I suppose. See, a lot of people use old refrigerators and that stuff. We've got a Dodge van roof to use that we haven't even touched yet.
I still think that's going to be tailgate.
It probably will be the
It's going to
tailgate.
be a really cool tailgate.
It is going to be the best tailgate Falconstein's ever dreamed of having.
See, now you've qualified it. That has to come true.
It does.
Because he's definitely had some rough tailgate in the past.
Yeah. I believe it. So, not the best, but it's fast, guys. Let me cut this on my little shear in here.
And for those that are watching, I just want to make a point. And Dalton has said this on Pole Barn Garage too, and I kind of take it to heart. You have to know how to do it right so that you can do it wrong. And what he really means by that is sometimes you got to do things really quickly. And so spending weeks and weeks and weeks of doing all of the body work just isn't an option. And that's not this. We've got 3 days total, really, to pull this off. So if you know what you're doing, you can cut corners to do it fast, like he just figured out. And then we can get this thing knocked out and driving around again instead of sitting in a shop for years. So you got to know what you're doing right so you can do it wrong. Got all this extra tape laying around.
So there you go. It's the piece that's going in. Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah. There we go.
Nice.
Quick, easy.
So you just went from cutting a hole to having a patch panel in what, a couple minutes?
Yeah. Yeah. And I welded a piece in the back of it too.
Wow.
To strengthen it up.
That's fast.
Gotta do a little grinding. It's in the hunt. You can hear this thing when it welds good, and then the rest of the time it's just like.
We're just cooking something because that smells barbecue for a second there. Like I can smell it when it's metal, and
Yeah.
that smells what I thought was
Barbecue?
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe there's some pecan leaves in here or something.
Maybe there's a rat.
Yeah, another one. Hopefully it's just carcasses by this point.
Yep.
One good beat.
Jay's here. Hi, Jay. That's kind of like 4th of July.
Yeah. Part of it's all the rust at the bottom of this, and part of it's this machine hates those lower amperage settings.
Oh, right. Different welder. I keep forgetting.
Yeah. I mean, it's doing it.
Okay. And now.
That's definitely going to be strong. Hello, leaves.
Yep.
I just don't understand this, like, rust way up in here unless it's just from all those leaves.
It's gotta be. I mean, it is set and collected because they have there's a little metal piece for where the taillight wiring is.
Yeah.
It bends around, and those have been off
Okay.
all this time, just laying in the back. So those pockets are just filling
Yeah.
all this. And then it didn't help that I'm driving along, and all those leaves are basically getting drawn back into those holes as I'm
Yeah.
driving.
Again.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna whack out another chunk here, and I don't like that. So I think that's as far as I'll go with that piece, and then come in here. I hope I don't have to put that much all the way across it.
Well, the dump is strong.
Yeah. Yep, it's not gonna be full of leaves like that. So hopefully it'll be okay. There you go. Oh yeah, full on sticks. Ah, oh my gosh.
So if we had the rat condo in under the hood, this would be like a mother-in-law suite.
There you go.
Yes, that's about what I expected. Because I was reaching in here and pulling stuff out before, at home and stuff, and
Yeah.
can't get to all that.
The bottom of this one is still pretty much in.
Yeah, I think we lucked out on this side.
I hope. Be nice to look out somewhere. It'll be okay.
All right. Full view.
And we just keep going. Here's where my grinder system fails, is when you have a hole wider than your tape, like a lot.
Oh yeah.
But I'm gonna figure it out here. Find me a decent piece of metal. Maybe the beginning of the sacrifice and roofs. Maybe. Let's see what's in the bag. Oh man.
Oh.
It's okay. I'll just hang it up here and it'll drip. But the stickers, I don't know if we want to set them in the sun.
Who needs a sticker? I apparently left them out and they got rained on. Free stickers. They're actually good. They're UV stable. They'll hold up to the weather.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
They're
they're
just nice and wet.
made for outside. Okay, here you go. The next sacrificial layer. Where's this thing come from? It's free. It's for you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right.
What's that one? Oh,
More. Oh yeah, there's those OBS pieces were huge.
yeah. He's bringing out all these pieces to this OBS truck that's over there. It's a gorgeous truck that he did. But just because they send you a giant panel, but your patch spots down here doesn't mean you have to use the whole panel. Just cut her down and use what you need, and then the leftover can go into Falconstein.
Yeah, save it for Falconstein. So I just cut off a nice flat piece. This stuff's cool because it's E-coated on both sides. I mean, brand new sheet metal. You have to coat one side to keep it from rusting.
That's way too nice for Falconstein.
Oh man, that's how we roll. Way too nice. It's still going to be patchwork quilt together, but it's going to be better than what it was, for sure. Just got to get my colored marker, I guess, and crawl under here and make some kind of a line.
I've been wanting to wash that jacket anyway, so it worked out.
Hey, yeah. It definitely got the spin cycle. Barely. Got that thunder there. Rough approximations. That's how we're working here with this. From a square to a new age shape here. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to put this in the English wheel and the plenishing hammer. Get the full max fired up. It is sort of the shape it needs to be. Awesome, sort of. Gotta take a little more off this edge up here. This cut's so long. When you got to change wires, switch complete welders, just not fast.
Where would you get that other welder wire?
I think maybe Harbor Freight probably sells some OT3 wire. I was thinking of that after I totally switched back to this machine. It's like they might sell the wire, but this other welder will be all right. It just, we're not stacking dimes with it in here on this sheet metal. It's, you gotta take your time. Okay, so now take this little off. Try this with you. Yes. Uh-huh. Man, you are getting after it back there.
I'm just trying to hit all these little spots that I know I'm going to forget here.
Right.
Not all that important, but
Oh, it's all important.
it's all important. That's right.
Yeah. Like whole rows this side. Well, there's plenty enough for everybody to have some. It's kind of like the Falconstein scraps. Like buy a shirt, buy a hat, buy a sticker. Get a sample of what Falconstein looked like underneath.
You know, I think Cletus did that. He actually cut up a bunch of chunks
Yeah.
and put them in the orders. Look at him. He has a helicopter.
Right. Yeah. I know that I want a helicopter, but
I do. I want a helicopter.
an airplane.
I don't like riding in helicopters that someone else is piloting,
Yeah.
but I think I'd really, I mean, I definitely love airplanes, but I think I would love a helicopter.
Dig a helicopter.
If I'm piloting it,
Right. Right.
because at least then if I'm going to crash, I already know what's coming.
Yeah. Yeah, you got it. All right. So. Sliver off this bottom. That got it.
I wasted so much time on the razor blade thing that first day,
Yeah.
but I feel like I learned something
Yeah.
and a technique that I'll definitely use again.
For sure. You just gotta do it, and I'm not gonna tell anybody, hey, get over here and do this, it's gonna be more productive. It's like, this is free learning environment here. You gotta figure stuff out. The only time I start hollering is like, hey, don't burn the bearings up in my $300 DA.
Yeah, there's that.
That's the only time I will interfere with the learning process.
And I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, well, and it's not going to do it immediately, but I mean, that DA will last 20 years.
Yeah, we've eliminated the problem so it doesn't happen as fast.
Yeah. That is kind of cool, but decisions.
Just got to jump in and do sometimes. Grinder and paint, make me the welder I ain't. Oh, that's good.
What'd you say?
Grinder and paint, make me the welder I ain't.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I actually heard that as a kid.
Right. It's not a new thing. Kind of like you, Grandpa set me out with a stick welder, and he had me building frames for feed troughs. He always built his out of 2x4s and used 10 for the bottom of them because the cows, they'd only last 1 year. The cows would tear them up.
What's funny is it actually got me a job later in life.
There you go.
My buddy convinced me to instead of sticking it out in college. At the time, I went back to college, but instead of sticking it out, he convinced me I needed to come work construction with him. They didn't have any openings on his crew, so the boss was like, "We're going to line you up with all these other guys.
Yeah.
We want you to stick these pieces of metal together, and whoever does the best job got the job." And out of like all the guys standing there, I knocked mine out, and they didn't have to come back and have me correct anything. The next thing I know, I'm 60 feet in the air with no harness wrapped around an I-beam, building the Hutchinson Community College in Kansas.
Oh, wow.
Their student union.
That's cool.
I could lay dimes on that thing, or stack dimes, but no other time have I really been that great. But that was every day, 10 hours a day.
Yeah. It's that repetition.
But no harness. That's what blows my mind now.
Yeah.
Didn't think anything of it at the time.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. The welding shop I worked at, they used baskets on the forklift.
Yep.
You raised her up.
Still allowed, but there's a lot of rules. One more for standing on a pallet.
Yeah. These were, I mean, they were baskets that they had lift sleeves welded on them,
Oh, yeah.
and a little expanded metal cage. But they were made in a way that they could stack inside of each other and you could go higher.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I was 3 baskets on top of a forklift, but the mast was fully extended. And
Hey, as long as it's chained in the lift.
the guys decided that it was lunchtime,
Yeah.
and they
We
went to lunch and
We had
just
that
shut
here.
the forklift off and left me in the up in the air.
We had guys up in the scissor lifts, and then you have controls at the top, but not if they shut you out on the bottom.
Yeah, what happened? I was setting security railing around like a porch deck, I guess. It was made out of concrete on this nursing facility, and yeah, the room was right there, but the door going outside was locked. No way to get out. Just had to stick it out. Man, that is just...
Yeah, here's the difference there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't
know the reasoning why it does that, but it's always done that. It's not like a new problem. Irritating
Oh, I
one
thought
for
it was
me.
over the rust.
No, that's the welder.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just, like I said, it does not like those lower voltage settings on it. Down the low side, and pops and sputters. Kind of like a Volkswagen.
Yeah.
It just wants to be a pain in the butt every once in a while.
I have some ideas for it, but it popped the brake line after sitting
Oh,
after the test drive.
yeah,
So I kind of expected it. Looking at the underneath, it's pretty rusty.
right.
But I popped the fuel line before I even got anywhere. Metal return line. It hasn't had working pressure on it forever, and all of a sudden I put the pressure to it.
Yeah. And then it'll hit a rhythm where it just works perfect. And then it'll go back to being a pain in the butt in a minute. But nothing can slow us down.
No, we got this.
Yeah. It's gonna. Yeah, that looks better.
There we go. I bet that doesn't smell like barbecue. We're burning Bondo now.
I saw that.
Yeah. Not giving it a lot of time to cool off. Run long enough to kick the fan on. another big chunk.
That's all metal now. Now, some YouTubers will just leave it like that. Just expose metal with welds. That's not this one.
Not this.
It's going to be shiny and smooth.
Oh, yeah. I need to go back and run a, I don't know, maybe that was just body. I may have to run a cap over the top of this pass here. Yeah. Okay, back to the big cutter. Chop it chop. I'm glad you moved to this side since I'm not close to the gas tank, you know, or the gas filler.
Mm-hmm.
One of those. Oh, she's packed full in the back corner.
Where's the fire extinguisher again?
Over by the sink.
Okay. I forgot to look.
Yeah, on the shelving over there.
You
Yeah.
know, that's one thing I've never really had growing up. And hanging out with Dalton, that was the one thing that he actually kept.
Really?
And when he would set things on fire, you had a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So then when we got this new place, I was like, I don't really want it to burn down.
Yeah.
So I bought me the nice fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
I'll keep it tested and make sure it's good.
Yeah. Oh, mine is probably not good.
If it's got a charge, it's fine.
Growing up, my dad worked at Southwestern Bell, so when they changed fire extinguishers out in their buildings, they brought all these old fire extinguishers home.
Yeah, as long as I got a charge, that's fine.
Yeah, they just sent 10 charged fire extinguishers around 4 teenage boys.
Oh,
It was fun.
I bet so.
Well, this section up, I think I'm done repairing roofs right here. Better every day. Yeah, there you go. Another piece.
And I know it's going to work because it's GM metal.
Yeah, you know it'll be fine.
Now Falconstein's made of multiple cars. We got Ford Falcon Wagon, Ford Falcon, Ford Ranchero, International Scout, and now OBS GM. We gotta get the old long file over here.
Yeah.
Probably this way.
There's a piece that used to be the body line. Well, my OBS is big enough to repair the rust back there. Damn near all the metal except for it's 3 inches short.
Love sanding.
God, I love it.
We're getting somewhere though.
Yeah. Okay. Noticeable progress all the time here. Cutting this stuff, welding it in, really slows her down. That's why so many YouTube vehicles are packed full of whatever. Quick.
I hear you calling me out. I get that.
No, I mean, it's
It
not
still
just
took
you.
forever because
It's not just you.
all the sanding.
Yep.
And then- So the quick fix of just throwing short strand and stuff in there doesn't necessarily make it any better because you still got to sand it. And if I sanded it with a wire wheel,
Yeah.
that would have knocked her down fast. I didn't realize how well that worked.
That wire wheel's pretty green.
Plus, I chose all the wrong grit.
Yeah. Yeah, the fine grit is tough on you. No sleep till Brooklyn. That's some of my wife's favorite stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, she listens to pretty much all Christian music, but like some Beastie Boys comes on, and
Oh yeah.
I still try it. There we go. So we're utilizing all of the OBS metal. We're not just throwing big pieces away. We're turning this thing into slivers of scrap.
Getting better.
Oh, so much metal. Oh, many pieces. I feel like this is a pretty good little point here if we get this corner repaired. That is an awesome stage. Like one of the Rocky movies where he's just getting the crap beat out of him and then gets that pep talk and comes out of the corner just wailing. Yeah.
I like the part where he's taking a nap.
You like the part? Yeah.
But it'll feel better to take a nap when it's done.
Yeah.
At least with this, we're moving towards a goal.
Yeah.
Where the dang old Volkswagen was just, every time I would get to the next step where the goal should be happening, something else would go wrong.
Right. Yeah, Volkswagens just they love to do that to Americans.
You're like, hey, I got all this working now. I'm going to go back and
Drive
use
the
it,
car.
right?
Yeah.
And the car goes, oh, about that,
Guess
I'm going to
what?
change the situation. This obscure part that exists doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Woo!
Nice piece of bay. Great day to climb Falconstein.
So my neighbor, I didn't realize that, you know, I texted him yesterday about these parts, and Street Rod Nationals was in Missouri at Springfield this weekend. That's where he's at. Big swap meet. I'm like, oh man.
There is a swap meet.
Yeah, huge swap meet.
So if there was a chance, they could have found them right there.
Yeah. Really asking that much of you. It's well. All the effects today.
cow, man. A lot of it there.
Is it done?
Got like one piece that's pretty ugly.
Falconstein.
That is strong, man. That's what we were after.
My new rock slider back there.
Yeah. All in. All aboard. The grinder's turning now.
All aboard for Sandusky, Ohio.
Yeah.
Because it's sanding and dusty.
Mm-hmm. Heck of a rig. All right, so we're a little further along now. Got some booger weld on there, stacked up $50. Nothing that a 36 grit flat disc cannot contain now. Yeah. I feel like there should be a second wind in here somewhere.
Maybe after lunch.
Maybe so. What is lunch today? I see you got a Whataburger shirt on.
I mean, this whole wall is an advertisement.
Oh yeah, right. Anybody that likes Whataburger and sees that wall, it's going to put them immediately into a craving for a Whataburger. There we go. All right. Well, sorry about the noise. It's fixing to go down. This thing roughed in.
Wow. Now the drill with the Scotch Brite on steroids is a whole lot quieter than that. I forgot all about what I did last night. It's like, oh man, there's a lot of this to clean up. All right. It's that time.
Good time.
Pack this thing full of short strand and have a bite to eat.
Mudding time.
Mudding time.
We got my tires, so we're good.
Hey, that's good. We won't get stuck that way, right?
Nothing's gonna stop us.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got new of these. I picked them up at a race car auction.
Yeah.
Brand new ones. The pins are brand new because this didn't have pins when I got it. So I would always ratchet strap the hood down.
Mm.
But they've already started rusting, so that's good.
Yeah.
But I'll just put the new cables on. I'm not putting new pins in.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You still watching? Oh yeah, there's still people watching.
Okay. We're getting ready to mix up some short strand. Yippee!
Who needs short strange?
Here we go. Mixing station. First thing's always first.
Oh yeah.
Coffee.
Breakfast of champions.
I had just a little sliver of blueberry lemon bread this morning.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Right. That's tough when you say, hey, we're giving up carbs. I'm going to stop eating bread.
That's my vice. I love bread.
Yeah.
It does make a huge difference.
Mm.
That I can attest to. I went off bread
Let me get
for
gloves.
like 6 or 8 months.
Oh, wow.
It was a huge thing. I got down to 12% body fat.
Okay.
I was actually buff.
You were both up. Okay.
So when I started out, I was fasting, and then I kind of got into the routine where I didn't have to fast as much, and I was basically eating chicken and rice.
Right.
That was pretty much it. It was boring,
Mm-hmm.
bland. And then when my workouts kicked in, like I was doing workouts, but then I kicked them up a notch. So I went from 225 pounds to 170 pounds.
Right.
So I lost a ton of weight.
Yeah.
But then in the next 6 months, I got up to 185 pounds at 12% body fat.
Through working out.
Yeah. And I went from eating 1 meal a day to 5 meals a day of chicken and rice just to keep up with all the workout. And I was only working out an hour and a half a day.
Right.
But I was I was still very heavy, but I was built and had low, what is that? Low drag, high speed. Like
Yeah.
there was no fat. It's not maintainable. The
Yeah.
minute you start straying at all, you're back up to 15, 20%, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Right. Nice.
Unless you avoid every restaurant on earth.
Uh-huh.
Right. No ice cream, no beer. Oh, no beer. That was the hard part.
I just want to get,
I decided I'm okay with a little bit of a belly as long as I get to drink beer, have cheeseburgers.
yeah. Right on. Yeah, that's, it's not something I want to keep up long term.
No, it's
But I
good for
do
your body
wanna-
to do it.
I do want to go as long as I can and get some healing started
Mm-hmm.
for my failing joints, partially my
Yeah, better diet,
reset
water.
the digestive
You're
tract.
active enough, so
Yeah, luckily, I mean, I've been able to stay, I weigh 224, and I've been able to stay at that weight for 15 years.
I will say that I tried the AG1 that Dalton has,
Yeah.
and I can't stand the taste of it. It tastes gross. Like, put some flavoring in it, AG1,
Everybody says it's great.
but it does adjust your downstairs digestive tract. I was pretty good already,
Yeah.
but when you're super active and maybe drinking energy drinks and all the things you're not supposed to do, it kind of wreaks havoc on that part of your body, which then slowly takes over the rest of your body. So
Right.
it just kind of gives you a little, hey, we're here to help. They don't quite show up with a briefcase, but
So-
we're here to help.
Don't be scared. It's just a little short string.
Oh, tell them the not getting it on both sides thing.
Oh yeah, when you're mixing it, do not use both sides of the spreader and do this motion. One side of the spreader, okay? I did put gloves on today because I hadn't been wearing them, and I had to sit, pick, and dig Bondo and short strand off of my fingers in the shower last night or this morning. There was no last night shower. So, yeah.
Gloves are a definite good thing for you to do. Just to protect your skin a little bit, because this stuff, there's a lot of chemicals in here. I've been around them since I was a little kid. So Buff, when he got here, like all this stuff made my kids born naked. It definitely has an effect. I just know a ton of guys that have been doing it a long time, and man, their hands are terrible, their fingernails are terrible, and I've managed to keep all my limbs and keep all of my digits pretty intact. I do have one finger that I messed up early on, just like a freak thing. I was swinging a big hammer and I missed the mark, and I like dang near severed it on a rear body panel on a '69 Camaro.
At least it was a cool car.
Yeah, at least it was a cool car.
You lose your finger over it, but not your whole arm.
It kind of sucked a little bit, but it was okay.
I almost lost my ring finger, the tip of it, cutting a piece of cheese. So your story is a cooler way to lose your finger than I was cutting the cheese and lost my finger.
Cutting the cheese.
He sewed her back on, and it still has no feeling, but it's eventually worked.
Right. Okay. Make the ugly disappear, they said. All right.
I don't know who these they people are, but it's definitely much better.
Let's do more.
More?
More, they said. There's spots in front of or right behind the door there. Figure we get all this applied and build, kind of get us some build going, and then build our lunch.
Jay High says, all in all, it helps you. SHIT.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. It does.
Yep.
I assumed you guys were listening, but thanks for hanging in there. We're going to wrap up this little bit of short strand. And then, I wore some lunchtime inspiration here. I think we'll have to maybe go there.
Yeah.
And then
you're pretty fortunate, because the little town that I live in, like that Whataburger, has probably only been there a year.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's not completely run down yet.
Yeah, I think the grease, it might still be okay.
Well, they put it in when they opened the restaurant, and it's the same grease.
Same for that's how you get the flavors.
But I've noticed that the Whataburgers in Oklahoma are better than the ones in Missouri. Looking at you, Dalton. Yeah, the one, I guess, I don't watch football, but that football player in Kansas City got a Whataburger put up there, because he missed Whataburger. That one's not great. It is often, the food is often not great, and that's saying something for Whataburger. Like, they usually do a great job.
Yeah.
And the cleanliness just isn't there. Like, it's a new store just in the last several years, and it's not great.
Not great. Well, that's too bad.
The ones around here,
yeah,
I enjoy. Even the one across from, what's that expo center where the car show is?
Oh, the Cox Convention Center?
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah, Quick Trip Center, the Expo.
The Expo.
Yeah.
There's one there, and it was pretty rough and dirty, but the food was on point.
Okay.
I'm okay if they're so overwhelmed that maybe not every table's clean.
Yeah.
And the floors are a little dirty. As long as the food's on point. They were super friendly. All that was great.
So
the one in Missouri, it's not. They need to do better.
If anyone is familiar with Tulsa, there's 31st and Memorial. There used to be a Whataburger there, and that's where my school campus was right around the corner from it. So I would go and eat lunch there. Sometimes we would have a late evening activity, so I might go grab a burger for dinner.
Man, that'd be great.
And I was in there one evening, and like these old boys pulled up outside, and somebody said something. Apparently, somebody else didn't like, and yeah, someone was unalived right before my eyes with
He, he did not get the spicy
Oh,
ketchup.
it was bad. Yeah, he did not. He did not. It was crazy. Some kind of this argument going bad.
Well,
It
Dalton,
wasn't about Whataburger, I'm sure.
no. Dalton likes the Burger King, and I agree, it's pretty good. But I fell in love with Whataburger the first time I went south out of Kansas, and
Okay.
it's if that's an option, that's generally what I want to do.
Yeah.
And we don't. I mean, other than Sonic, we don't really have anything for fast food around us.
Right.
And so, if you want a decent burger, not saying fast food is, but there's two places. There's a guy that has a burger stand over in Claremore,
Yeah.
and then he's got another one over in Ketchum, which is just right around the corner from us.
Yeah.
And when he's open, that place is amazing. He does burgers, fries, fried pies, onion rings,
All
all
the
of
good
it.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My wife actually spent a lot of her childhood over in Claremore. I guess if anybody's watching and you care, like Claremore is the home of Will Rogers.
Yep.
Oh. Used to have a huge gun museum there. The J.M. Davis.
Does it not still have it?
I thought that it had shut down, but
I'm
not
not
100%.
Maybe a couple years ago, I thought we drove by. We didn't go to the gun museum, but I thought it was still there.
It may be.
But we did go to the Will Rogers Museum. It was pretty awesome.
Will Rogers done some awesome stuff.
He really has, between politics,
Yeah.
exploring and travel, of course, radio,
Right.
acting, all that. Awesome guy.
Hey. Yeah, we're live on YouTube right now. Come on. Come on in. Meet Buff. Have fun.
I don't want to be rude, so I'll come over to you. I'm Dusty.
I'm Steve.
Yeah.
I'm filthy because
Oh.
I had to go see.
Oh, yeah.
my
Yeah, those
strawberries.
little babies are in good shape. Yep. So we planted a bunch of garden. We've got tomatoes. We've got strawberries that are just like turning it on. And with all these storms and the water they've been getting, wow, they're really producing good stuff.
That's the only positive to all this rain lately.
Yeah,
My flowers look good. The plants are blooming.
right.
I can't complain about that.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think of your squash plants or zucchini plants out there? I knew you would be when I saw all the flowers on those things.
I was like, he's busy filming. I need to look at my garden,
Yeah,
even if it is our anniversary.
we're getting ready to go.
Happy anniversary.
We're getting ready to go have lunch. You want to go?
Eat some
Oh,
lunch.
yeah, we're gonna go to Whataburger. What time is it?
It's one.
Oh, that's pretty close to lunchtime.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Charlotte and Joel are there.
Okay. All right. Oh man. Tell you,
Is it mudded?
it's mudded. It's going to be set up when we get back.
We'll take
All
one
right,
good look at
guys.
that.
Yeah. Do that. I'll change mine.
And just like that, all that beautiful metalwork is now hidden.
Uh-huh.
It won't stay this thick. We're going to smooth her out, make it look like a body panel again. Maybe top it off with a little bit of regular filler, and finish sanding this down. I'm ready. We're going to finish the sanding because I want to put it in primer.
Yeah, that's the way the day needs to go. Let me
Because then we got more sanding to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at least it'll be like you'll be at a new level there. So man, I appreciate all of you that have watched and you've come in here. I think we may try to do this again when we're actually start spraying some stuff. We'll be spraying primer first. We'll get the car situated a little bit better. Have I don't know. We'll probably still have the door open.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I wanted to shoot a clip of this and just kind of show what we got after all that effort. Still had to pull a big dent here.
Yes,
But I think
Jay,
it's time to just take a break and have lunch, get up, move around, do something different for a while because we've been staring at
I've been
this
saying W.
for a minute.
We have an A&W up north.
Really?
You can get you some cheese curds and burger.
Okay.
They have mini
There used to
corn
be
dogs.
one in Bartlesville here,
They have mini
but
corn
no
dogs.
White Castle.
As a kid,
Really?
I loved the mini corn dogs.
Okay.
Every once in a while, I'll go get some just for the heck of it.
Yeah. All right. So we'll check you all out later. Appreciate you a ton. Really do.
All right. I forget how to. Oh, end stream.
Mm. Mm.
Not yet. Give it end. There you go.
Yeah.